Just a moment, let me share the screen again. Done. Fine. So finally, we were discussing. I hope I am audible to you all.
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay, done. So we were discussing about the general structure, general functions of the stem. Please take the screenshot of the slide. Fine. So the next topic of the discussion is type of stem or the forms of stem. Then we will discuss about the specialized mechanism or specialized structure of or specialized function of the stem. This is structure, form of the stem, right? So let us discuss that first, then the other. Okay. So the structure of stem first, and the erect stem or a strong stem. Now in erect stem, they have first type named as columnar or codex. It is erect but standing like column. That is why it is termed as columnar. Unbranched, erect, cylindrical, right? But very importantly, they have with the scar of fallen leaves, right? पहले उसमें लीफ उगते थे जो गिर गए हैं. So scar of fallen leaf, if you see on the branch, on the stem of the palm, नारियरी में भी ऐसा देखने को मिलेगा आपको, if you have observed keenly, right? So these kind of stem is codex or columnar type of the stem. Now if I talk about the sorry, please take the screenshot first, then we go into the next slide. Okay, this is the second type named or termed as culm, C-U-L-M. Now what is that? Again, it is erect, it is unbranched, it is having a specialized structure called buds, node and internodes, but they are hollow from inside. This is very specialized type of stem, and these stems used to be hollow from inside, right? So solid at nodal region but hollow at internode. So if you cut down, right, this region will be solid and this region will be hollow. And the example is bamboo tree, right? Gramine is its family. So bamboo tree is the best example of this culm type of this stem. And I hope you are clear with the distincts, the definition which is given here. As and when you are not clear with any of the point, you are allowed to unmute yourself and ask the question. There is no question. There is no problem into that. Ready? So you are allowed to unmute yourself and ask the question. So second type is culm. Please take the screenshot. Now third is deliquescent. Now it is most commonly found stem. Deliquescent is most commonly found type of the stem. Branched and found in commonly trees. For example, banyan, mango, neem, etc. The example which is given here into the snapshot. Last one, fourth is excurrent. They are cone-shaped tree found into cone-shaped tree, for example, pine. So these are main four types of stem which are erect type of stem, right? Please take the screenshot. Now the next type of stem is weak stem. They are not strong so that they can stand erect by position. So they spread themselves or they wrap around the support. They are termed as weak stems. Now they are having their own three types, specialized type. Number one is trailing stem or trailer. It is weak stem that spreads over the surface of the ground, right? So they are spreading around the surface of the ground without rooting at the nodes. They don't produce roots at the node and they spread on the surface of the ground. For example, Evolvulus and Tridex. These are the two examples of these kind of trailing or trailer roots. Ready? So this is the first type of weak stem. Please take the screenshot. Now if you go through the second type, it is termed as prostrate or procumbent. Now what are they? They also trails on the ground and lie prostrate. But they produces roots from their nodes. Ready? They produces root.
सर
Yes.
सर जो पहले वाली स्लाइड थी ना उसकी स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं आ पाई प्लीज वो आप शो कर सकते हैं
Sure, sure. Yes. Please take the screenshot.
थैंक यू सर
Right. Okay. So please take the screenshot of this slide as well. Okay. Now comes the third in the final type. It is called decumbent. Now, what is decumbent? Stem again trails for some distance, right? Trails for some distance. This is first character. Second, then tend to rise at its apex. Now, what it is actually meaning? Look, for example, this is surface, right, of ground. It is soil. Now, for example, if plant is growing here, so the stem is growing. Now, at a particular node, they produce a root and they produce a small secondary stem on which they produce either flowers or small leaf-like structure. This is primary or main stem. And the upright or erect stem is its secondary stem. Again, it is growing. Again, it is producing a new secondary stem. Ready? I hope you are getting this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, so these kind of stem, weak stem, is called decumbent type of stem. Very commonly they are found around us, right? It is found in the gardens around us. This is the picture which is given below, I think. ગુજરાતીમાં આને શું કહેવાય ભૂલી ગયો. It is Tridex, definitely. I forget the Gujarati name of this. Anyway, you remember the Tridex. Or the second example is Proteoleka. Just a moment. Okay. Please take the screenshot. Now diffuse. Now what is diffuse type of wick stem? The branches of a stem, they have the branches of a stem which spread out in all directions on the ground. But they are not so strong. They are very weak, but they are spreading. If you see into the picture which is given here, they are very weak or small, but still they are spreaded over up to some little distance above the ground. They are not found as a tree. It is like a small shrub-like structure, right? And the example which is given here into the picture as well, into the diagram as well, is Boervia. The pronunciation is Boervia. Please take the screenshot. Now, the climbers. Very common feature of a wick stem is climber. Ready? Look, what we have seen right now is wick stem, right? The trailers is the first type. Trailer, they have three: prostates, decumbent, and diffuse. This is a part, these three types are types of trailer. Number one type of wick stem. Number two type of wick stem is the climber. Right? So what is climber actually? They are climbing towards the direction of sunlight that is above the ground in upward direction, but they are taking the support of a particular things, maybe the other part of the other trees, or maybe any other non-living support. Ready? So stem which are attached themselves, they are attaching themselves to the nearby object by some special devices what they have, particularly like hook, tendrils. They are known as climber. For example, bougainvillea, which is actually climbing by hooks. Wild pea, they produce the tendril. Okay? Tendril is a spring-like structure. Tendril is the spring-like structure which is wrap around towards the support, and that is how they grow upward by their direction. Ready? So please take the screenshot. And the third type of the stem is creeper. Climber is second and creeper is the third. Now, creeper are the stem which grows horizontally on the ground, and they are giving off roots on each of the nodes, not at few part, but at each node they are producing the root. For example, the snapshot which is given here is of Charlie, right? It is a name of a plant. So they are producing the roots at all their nodes. At each node they're producing the give of the roots. Right? So they are the creeper. Very known example of creeper is your watermelon. Right? Watermelon also is a creeper type of plant. So please take the screenshot of this slide. Now comes the modification of stem. Now, what do you mean by modification? Modification is a special type of adaptation which are found for a particular type of physiological event or function, or protection, or storing the food. So this is called modification of stem. Right? General function is what? General function of stem is the translocation of substances, that is water, inorganic substances, and food which is prepared by photosynthesis. This is a primary function of each stem. They have xylem and phloem. Xylem for transportation of water and minerals, and phloem for the transportation of food material, or organic substances. So stem is these kind of structure which are supporting the translocation or movement of substance across the body of the plant. It is a primary function of the stem. Now, secondary function of the stem, what we have learned in this lecture is they withstand, they hold the other vegetative parts of the plant body, like branches, like leaf, birds, flowers, fruits, etc. So these are primary or secondary function, but if they convert their function for extra role, extra duty, then it is called modification. Ready? So that's the function which is not common function, but it is special type of function which is found in a particular type of plant only, not commonly found in all the plants. That is why it is called as modification of a stem. I hope you are clear with the meaning of the modification. So Main modification of the stem are of three type. Number one, if stem goes under the ground, it is called underground modification. Into the middle, subaerial, and into the top, aerial modification. Right? Now, underground is what? For example, if I am saying this is a surface of soil, if the stem is going under the ground for its growth, right? It is first type, underground. Now, if soil, if the stem is above the ground but on the surface, that modification is called subaerial. But if modification is on the top, then it is called the aerial modification. So, are you really clear with these three types of the modification: aerial, subaerial, and underground? Yes or no? You unmute. One of you have a doubt, unmute and ask the question if you have a doubt. Otherwise, I'm going further ahead. Fine. In underground modification, they have four basic type: rhizome, bulb, corm, and tuber. We have to go through each and every diagram, right? Ginger modification is rhizome, garlic and onion, they are bulb, amorphophallus is corm, and potato is tuber.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir,